the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back trackside once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special fires things off on Super Bowl Sunday. Got a little halftime show ready to go here for you tonight from Richmond Raceway. 100 laps around this 3/4 of a mile track. Short track racing at its finest. A lot of history here at Richmond, and we're getting ready to make some history here tonight and crown yet another race winner. Final 2 weeks in the season here for the Sunday night special with the coverage on Turn 3 Racing Network. So do want to send a big shout out to everybody back in the Worn Out Racers stables all across the board. Tommy D for everything he does, not just here on Sunday nights, but across the board all week long. Multiple series, multiple leagues as well. The guys back at BeefJerkyUnlimited.com, absolutely phenomenal, and we couldn't be prouder to be partnered with them as we get ready to head off into next season on Tuesday night. So mark that down on your calendar and get ready for that. But first, how you doing? How you feeling? out there in TV Land. Race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Qualifying well and underway. About 2 minutes into the qualifying session, we'll see who's going to take that RealOptics.com pole position here in just a few moments. Tell you what, why don't we go ahead and jump right to it? Let's throw that timing and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. There you can see a handful of drivers with some timed laps. 11 drivers on the scoring charts, those listed down below. Outlaw, as well as Kendall Kraft, Kevin Mueller. How about Richard Sunneth, Jason Rube, and Gary Rangland? They have yet to put in a time lap here tonight. So as the music fades away and the sand drops through the hourglass, we're going to roll into the final minute and a half of qualifying here. Quick time belongs to Timothy Lewis. Front of the field, that fast number 4. The super late model machine turning in the 21.74 for the quick time here in qualifying. He's going to grab that RealOptics.com pole award for the moment. Final. We're looking at about the final 60 seconds here. 2 drivers are out on track, the 87 and the 109. Richard Sunneth going to fire up his machine and roll off of pit lane as well, trying to get that 95 up in the running order. There you can see the 87 going around the track. Calm, cool night under the lights here at Richmond Raceway as we get set to track 100 laps around here tonight. Fans slowly begin to fill the stands. It's a sold-out, packed house here on Super Bowl Sunday for the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special. Get ready. It's going to come at you real quick, and driver's going to lay down some fast times. We see him knocking on the door of that 21.5 second threshold. Will we see it get that low in race trim? A lot at stake here tonight. Who's going to walk away with the checkered flag? We'll see if Sheldon Fittig can repeat going to victory lane last week at Pocono. So with the final 10 seconds ticking away, that's going to do it for qualifying. And Timothy Lewis going to put his fast super late model machine, that number 4, front of the field. Quick time 21.74. And Lewis walks away with the RealOptics.com pole award. And with that being said, we're going to step trackside for your national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And drivers already rolling, ready to start tonight's race. We'll jump right to it. Your starting lineup for the Richmond 100 inside pole position. Walking away with that RealOptics.com pole award, the 4 of Timothy Lewis. Just to his outside, the pass number 3 of James Barber in row number 2. Rolfan and Tim Knott, row number 3 here tonight, belongs to John Izzo. In the 86 of Tommy D. Slick Rick and Sarge will round out row number 4, row number 5 here tonight from Richmond Raceway, Richard Suddeth and Andy. Last week's race winner at Pocono International Speedway, the 41 of Sheldon Fiddick, will start in 11th with Raymond Causey in 12th, just to his outside. Row number 7 tonight from Richmond looks a little something like this. Jason Room with Kevin Mueller just to his outside. JC Outlaw, James Schultz back in row number 8. Row 9 tonight, Bender and Ragland. Kraft will round out the 19-car field here tonight. And it looks like Kraft and Ragland both having some issues, possibly not making the start here as we get ready to drop the hammer and nail the loud pedal. Drivers will fire off in the restart zone, and here we go. Pace car down and away, and we are green flag racing at Richmond. Green flag flies here at Richmond. Pole sitter keeping that inside lane, but the outside, Rowdy Energy, number 3 of James Barber, gets the run on the high side. Big trouble for the 34. He's going to go around. Trouble on the track. Caution, caution, flag flies. Caution flag flies as Andy in the 34 has a little bit of trouble, and he's going to need some Wonder Bread after that, because that, a little bit of trouble there. Lap number 1 tires getting out from under him. Let's go back. What do you say? Let's go check the replay. Around he goes, just a little tail slap with the outside wall and nowhere to go. Another driver comes barreling in, the 109 of Bender. He's going to get caught up in this one as well, so a tough break for a handful of drivers early here tonight from Richmond. Caution flag, lap number 1. So we'll jump back to the front of the field. What do you say? There's James Barber back behind the iRacing pace car. He was officially your leader when the caution flag flew, so new race leader already here tonight. We'll go ahead and throw some of that timing and scoring to the left-hand side of your screen once we get back under green flag racing conditions. Handful of drivers moving up through the field. Sarge going to gain 2 spots on these opening laps. Great run for the 34 to grab those 2 positions on the start of tonight's race. Barber, as we've already mentioned, utilize that high lane, that outside lane, really fired off there for that Rowdy Energy number 3 super late model machine of James Barber, and he's going to grab that top spot. Send Timothy Lewis back to 2nd. Rule Fan still in 3rd with Timothy Knott right behind him. The Beef Jerky Unlimited, RealOptics.com, 86 of Tommy D, gaining 1 position. He's going to move from 6th to 5th. He'll start inside 3rd row. On the restart, Sarge just to his outside. John Izzo, Slick Rick, Richard Sunneth, and Sheldon Fiddick gaining 1 position. Fiddick gonna round out your top 10. Good buddy Travis Smith going to turn off those iRacing pace car lights. That's going to signal to the crowd it's 1 lap to go. We'll go back green flag racing this time around. Will we see a cleaner restart than what we seen on the initial start? Unfortunately, 34 of Andy had a little bit of trouble off of turn number 2. A little bit of a tank slap, and around he goes, and that's going to put us under caution for the first time. Ready for the restart. Drivers pulling those belts tight, double file through the entry of 3 and 4. Pace car goes, and away we go. Green flag flies once again here from Richmond Raceway. Out to a good jump there for the 3 of Barber, and that's going to allow Rolf Vanderpool even now with Lewis on the bottom of the racetrack. It's a battle for second and third, fourth and fifth right there side by side as well. Tommy D looking to take that fourth position and does on entry to 3. What a move there from Tommy D to grab that position. We'll take a look here as the field battles off of turn number 4 back across the stripe. Lap number 7 goes on the board. Tommy in scoring comes down after the completion of 2 green flag laps. And whoa, we've got trouble. 41 with some big issues. Timothy not with some trouble. Almost wadding up the field there. That got pretty close, pretty quick. TheRealOptics.com. 41 of Sheldon Fittick. He's waiting in the wings now. Side by side battle off in front of Fittick as we watch these drivers head around the track. Green flag racing conditions underway here at Richmond, and we are rolling under the lights here tonight. With a lot of action on track, we're going to be jumping around a little bit as we continue to watch all of these great race car drivers turn in some fast laps in these super late model machines. How about Raymond Causey right there at that 09? A little bit of contact earlier. Now he's got that race car super late model looking good, looking clean, trying to run down the 87 of Jason Roumet, who started back in 13th, now knocking on the door of a top 10. Roumet runs in 11th. We'll take a look at the... Oh, and we got trouble. Bender's going to go around. The 109 of Bender with a slide. Bender with the slide to bring us under caution for the second time here tonight from Richmond Raceway. And we're waiting. Do we got that one queued up, boys? Yes, we do. So I tell you what, let's take a moment, go back, see what happened, see if we can't figure out what went on with Bender to put him around. Was it self-inflicted or was there a little bit of contact? We're going to wait to see here. We're getting the thumbs up on that, so let's go check the Beef Jerky Unlimited replay. And it looks like a little bit of slide and maybe a little bit of help from that 87 of Roumet, and around Bender goes. The 09 going to bring out the second caution of the night. So the 109 with some issues. Bender goes around, caution flag flies, and we are back behind the pace car at the front of the field once again with your race leader. Timothy Lewis was able to grab that top spot. So are we seeing a little bit of a top dominant track here early? Not a lot of rubber laid down yet. Drivers only putting in a handful of green flag laps as we were under caution for the second time here tonight from Richmond Raceway. So the rubber really not on the track just yet. Maybe that high line might be the way to go. We're going to have to wait to see if this plays out again. If we've got that seesaw battle for the front of the field, will Lewis be able to keep Barber behind? Or will that Rowdy Energy super late model machine utilize the high line to get back to the front? We'll find out in another 2 laps. The peace sign on display for the boss man in the flag stand. Letting everybody know you got 2 laps before we go back racing. If you want to get to pit road, you better do it now because it's fixing to close. And we fix it to get back to green flag action here tonight. Great look at the field off of turn number 2. A little bit of damage there on that 109. You can see back in the back of the pack, Raymond Causey also with a little bit of damage on the front end of his 09 machine. So common theme maybe coming out early. Take a look at this right here. Well, you can see him right there a little bit off in the back. That's the 09. Right behind the 87 of Jason Roumet. Almost a spitting image of the car being driven tonight by Bender as we've got the 1 to go signal. Pace car lights go out, but similar cars have similar problems. And we'll see if that trend continues here tonight off of turn number 2 down the back stretch. Field going to get double file, and we'll go back green flag racing once again, this time by And on the gas, green flag flies once again. Lewis with a good start, but Barber able to stay in touch. Tommy D right behind him, making a run. Tommy trying to take that 86 machine into a podium position off of turn number 2, sliding up the racetrack is Lewis. Barber with a little bit of an issue. John Izzo has some trouble in the back of the field. We'll stay green flag racing as we work off of turn number 4. Back across the stripe once again, and now Barber losing a little bit of touch, losing a little bit of ground as Rule Fan was able to take that second spot away. We'll jump around the track just a little bit. We've got lots of great battles. There's Tommy D going down to the inside, putting that Beef Jerky Unlimited Super Late Model Machine into a podium position. Tommy up 3 positions from where he qualified, so he's slowly moving his way to the front. Could a long green flag run solidify the field and begin to show us some gaps? Tommy with some trouble off of turn number 2, got a little bit squirrely on the tail end, was able to keep it out of the onside hole and keep it headed in the right direction. So very good scenario there for him as we jump around the track. Let's go back outside of your top 10. Let's take a look at this little battle going on here. 388 of JC Outlaw and Andy going at it. Andy with some trouble early. First caution of the night, coming out with a little bit of a tank slap into the outside wall into 34. No worse for the wear. He's going to continue around the track as Richard Sunneth, now the next driver to have a little bit of an issue. Will stay under green flag racing conditions, but Sunneth with some trouble in that 95. And as the battle 11, 12, 13th heats up in the tail end of the field, we're going to jump a little further up front. What do you say we go here? One has happened. One has happened here too. James Barber. That Rowdy Energy number 3 machine with some trouble here. Started outside pole position, grabbed the top spot. Has been quick and good on these restarts, but now this time having some struggles, and maybe the tire cycle's not really agreeing with the setup at this point in time. He's going to lose that podium position and fall all the way back now to the 5th spot, riding right behind that John Deere. Beautiful white and John Deere green number 31 machine of Sarge. Sarge doing well here tonight. I do believe this may be only a second race. We'll have to check the stats on that one, but pretty much a newcomer here to the Sunday night special, and he has showed out week in, week out. Rule Fans slideways off of 4 as things heat up at the front of the field. Tell you what, let's go on board now. Ride with the Creature Comforts Brewing Company number 60 super late model of Rule Fan, one of those drivers that is fast week in, week out. It doesn't really matter what track, what style of racing, or what kind of car you seem to throw this guy in. He's able to get his head and hands wrapped around the setup and how to drive the car. And here he is, reeling in your race leader. It's going to be a battle off of turn 4. Drag to the line. Here we go. 0.2 of a second separate your top 2 drivers as we jump back outside of the car. Watch the 3-car battle for those top 3 positions. Sarge starting to reel these guys in. A little bit of front end damage on that John Deere machine. You can see his right front sticking out just a little bit. Let's see if we can get it on board. There it is, looking back from Tommy D's Beef Jerky Unlimited number 86 machine. There you can see that damage we were talking about. A little bit of that, a little bit of that right side tire, I should say, right front. A little bit damaged there, but that fast forward Mustang super late model machine looking good here tonight. He's going to carry some speed and look to trying to dive it into the corner. What's he going to do this time? Stay right in the tire tracks. Follow Tommy through the corner. There's James Barber just off in the distance. Great run on corner exit there. He's going to close in right to the tail end, right on the gearbox here of Tommy. So indeed, Sarge with some speed here as we jump back outside of the car and continue to watch all of this great racing action here tonight. What a run, what a race here at Richmond. Let's go high above the track. What do you say? We jump to one of our Turn 3 drone cams. We do appreciate our good buddy Josiah Millen coming down and piloting some of these drone camera views for us here tonight. Get a different perspective, a bird's eye view of all the action out here tonight in the Richmond 100 for the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're going to wrap things up for the year with the Sunday night special next week, so be here for the finale. It is going to go down. It is going to be big as we continue this long green flag run. Lap number 30 going to go on the board. Drivers just a little over the quarter of the way through tonight's race. And as we get these longer runs, you gotta start asking yourself, are drivers going to begin to look towards pit lane? Are drivers going to begin to think about some fuel strategy? We went back green flag racing on lap number 14. So about 15 laps on these tires on this run, but they've had a little bit of a tire cycle before then. Nobody coming to pit road until you get back to the 72 of Kevin Mueller. He's the first driver with fresh tires. He came down on lap number 11 and got tires as Tommy D closes in on the back of that Creature Comforts Brewing Company Tropicali number 60 of a Than. Than running well all night long, and not really shocked, not really surprised. Runs well week in, week out. And I tell you what, let's jump back outside of the top 10. Let's go back here with some action in the back of the field here. 87 of Jason Rumey and Raymond Causey. They have been going at it, throwing haymakers at each other. Right now, the advantage belongs to Rumey as Causey trying to close back in, and you can see him throw it down in the corner, just unable to really close that distance. A lot of damage on the front end of his machine. We'll see how detrimental that is to how he gets around the track for the rest of this evening. As we are about 16 laps away from the halfway point, going to go ahead and bring you some house cleaning here tonight. 19 drivers scheduled to make the start. Only 17 made the call to pit road. And we have still got 17 out on track. And oh, we got trouble. Tommy D around on the backstretch. Oh no, trouble for Tommy D as we go under caution for the third time here tonight. We're getting a thumbs up on this one, so let's go check the replay. There's Tommy on the high side. Sarge down at the bottom is their contact. Things look clean, and a little bit of a slide goes, oh, so bad. Tommy D with a big slide off of turn number 2. He's going to nose it into that inside safer barrier. And oh, with the field coming by, he's able to get the car out of the way in time. No more trouble, no more issues for Tommy. Just a little loose on that high side, and it's going to go around as everybody's going to head to pit road. We're going to take ourselves a brief commercial break, pay a few of the bills. You know how that goes. And we'll be right back with all your green flag action here from Richmond.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And welcome back in trackside, once again, race fans, here to Richmond Raceway under caution for the third time here tonight, as Tommy D has some trouble with that 86 machine. He's going to spin around the field, going to come down pit road. Tommy electing to stay out as Richard Sunneth receives the wave around. And there you can see right there, Tommy D, he's going to have his hands full. Everybody behind him, 36 lap pressure tire, so he's going to be someone, I believe, a sitting duck on this restart here. But how about the fortitude is where we'll leave it at, to roll the dice here and just stay out after that self-spin in contact with the inside safer barrier here on the backstretch. Tommy D, man. And pace car down and away. Field begins to catch up, and away we go. Green flag flies once again here at Richmond. Tommy able to scoot away from the field. But here comes Rulfan to the inside. James Barber going to look to the inside as well. Barber looking to take a position away from Lewis. Whoa, and Barber with issues. He's going to have a big slide off of two. Keep the car underneath him, but not putting up much of a fight at the front. Tommy D's going to lose one, make that now two positions as Rulfan closes in on the back of the 420 of James Schultz. Schultz running to the high side, staying out of the lead lap car's way. James Barber makes a move to the inside of Tommy as Tommy goes back to the high side. Got to tiptoe through the tulips up there right now if you're Tommy. 3 wide as the field makes their way around Schultz in the back of the pack. There's the 63 going to go side by side. Izzo going to pick up some track position here. How about Sheldon Fitting? Fitting from outside of the top 10, now running into 6th position, but that's not the story of the race. How about this 388? Outlaw himself, working his way up through the field, up 5 positions from the 15th starting spot, now rounding out your top 10 and looking for some more. Running that high line, making Harry Gann proud. High, wide, and handsome here tonight. Oh, into the outside wall goes Schultz. Schultz, heavy, significant contact on the backstretch coming out of turn number 2. He's going to slam the outside wall, and that's going to put a bigger damper on his day as we've got this battle in the tail end of the field. Let's go up here. We've got a hornet's nest to kick around right here as well. Tommy D, Sarge, James Barber, Sheldon Fittick, they're all right here running with each other. TheRealOptics.com. Number 41 machine looking to break into the top 5 for the first time as we are just around the corner from the halfway point. Story of comers and goers so far here tonight. Then going to the front, going to the back is the man that started outside pole position. 3rd car in line, and that Rowdy Energy. Super late model machine. Barber going to lose 3 positions here in the first half of tonight's race, and that number 3 going to draw back to 5th. Side by side off of 2, and surprised to see Tommy D able to keep the pace that he's able to keep right here with these drivers that have those fresh tires. And I mean, if you look out there, Rule has, well, he's kind of walked away a little bit out front from this battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Timothy Lewis right there with him. So let's go up here battle for the race lead as your pole sitter looking to grab that spot back. Once again here, lap number 49 now going to go on the board as Timothy Lewis takes back the race lead. Your RealOptics.com pole award winner here goes back to the front of the field, and Lewis and Than can breathe a little easy if they want to. Field just about 2 seconds back from Than, so your top two, a little bit of easy street here halfway through tonight's race at Richmond. 100 laps, the official distance. We are halfway here tonight. Fittig trying to work the bottom of the racetrack, trying to work his way around Tommy D, who is holding his own here with much older tires. I'm extremely surprised at how well Tommy is able to keep the speed in that machine, not just with the old tires, but a lot of front end damage as well. And it doesn't look like it's affecting that 86 too much as Barber contacts the outside wall a little bit. Just in front of the 14 of Slick Rick, Tim Knott, he's making his way up through the field. They're trying to get back to that fourth starting position. He's dropped 4 spots from where he started here tonight. Currently running in that 8th position, but has slid outside of the top 10. Was able to reel in a few drivers here, so don't count that 041 out just yet. And never count out this wily veteran. Sheldon Fittig looking to get himself into a podium position, up 7 spots from where he qualified tonight. So indeed he is your biggest mover of the race. Sheldon Fittig up 7 positions, sitting in that 4th spot. And while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and give you your driver highlights, your mid-race rundown, leading the field, snatching the pole position in the RealOptics.com qualifying session. He's led. We're going to check it before we say it. Yes, he has led the most laps so far here tonight. So a great run under the lights here at Richmond for the man out front. Timothy Lewis shows the way. Rolthan with a good run. He's up from 3rd. The Sharpsburg native doing well here in these super late model machines. Not far of a drive for Rule to go from Sharpsburg, Georgia to Richmond, Virginia, here to race under the lights here tonight on Sunday night. Than runs in 2nd. Man on the move here, up 5 positions. Sarge, great run tonight. Little bit of damage has been fixed under that latest caution. So the John Deere number 31 super late model team looking very good here tonight. That's going to round out your top 3. Biggest mover of the night, we already mentioned this man right here, Sheldon Fittig, getting the job done, and he'll sit in that 4th position. Rounding out your top 5, let a handful of laps stayed out under caution to grab that top spot, and he's able to keep some speed with these much older tires. Man, what a night, what a race moment right here for Tommy D. And oh, we got trouble in the back. Kevin Muller with some trouble on the back. He's going to come to a slide. We stay green flag racing. Tommy able to keep that 3 of Barber behind him, and that's going to do it for your mid-race rundown here from Richmond. Close battle here, 5th and 6th. There's a bigger battle behind him. Let's go back here with Rume as he sits in that 87 machine trying to get around Raymond Causey. Not able to find a lane just yet. And there's drivers in front of him that are not too far off either. So as the front of the field has spread out a little bit mid-pack, we stay within striking distance. If one of these drivers would have a little bit of a slip up, I would expect to see some passes being made here. Let's go right in the thick of things. What do you say we go right here on board with this 041? We seem not have a little bit of a moment earlier here tonight, but able to clean things up and start to head to the front. So as we're just past the halfway point, what do you say we mute the mics for a second? We get a little closer to the track, and it's time to turn it up. Man, I love it when we get up close and personal with all the sights and sounds. Here with our Turn It Up segments, week in, week out. Great camera work. We do appreciate everything back behind the scenes. Want to thank each and every one of the hardworking guys and gals back at the Turn 3 headquarters, bringing you all of these great camera shots week in, week out. Without them, the coverage wouldn't be nearly as incredible, as we've got some great onboard camera shots, some great trackside action shots. And again, our good buddy Josiah Millen here at the track tonight, manning the drone cam high above the track, watching your race leaders work off of turn number 2 down the back stretch. Back marker going to drop down to the bottom of the racetrack. That's going to be James Schultz. How about that 31 of Sarge? He's been able to reel these guys in, and we're going to jump closer to the track. And we're going to jump right behind the pace car as well. We've got some trouble. Looks like Slick Rick may have had a little bit of issues. Let's go back and see what happened with the 14. Just a long, slow, lazy spin in the 14. Gonna nose it into the inside wall, and whoop, that's gonna put us under caution for the 4th time here tonight as the front of the field comes down pit road. Look at Tommy D. He wants pit lane this time around. Job well done by Tommy, only falling back to that 5th position after staying out on much older tires. So big tip of the cap to the man behind the wheel of that one. And we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, pay a few more bills. You know how that goes, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And thanks for joining us, race fans, once again here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, back trackside, ready to drop the hammer once again. iRacing pace car lights are off, and we are ready to roll once again here from Richmond. Driver's gonna double up, and we're gonna see if we can finish this thing off with a long green flag run. Caution number 4 now gonna go behind us, and we're gonna get ready to nail the loud pedal. Let's drop the hammer. Once again, green flag flies from Richmond as Timothy Lewis able to walk away from the field. Rule fan going to catch back up before they enter turn one. All over the gearbox here. Not able to make a move. Not able to grab that spot away. And whoa, a little bit of a slide there for Tommy D. And that's going to put Sarge into that third position. And as we complete this green flag lap, we'll go ahead and drop that Tommy scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen once again. How about Sheldon Fiddick? He's back to top 5. Once again, the 41 dropped a spot or two on pit road under that latest caution flag exchange. And here at the front, Timothy Lewis struggling with these cold tires. Struggling to keep the grip underneath the rear end of that Ford machine. Roll fan all over him right now as they work their way off of 2. And how about Sarge, man? We got to give it up to this guy. Early trouble here tonight. Right front beaten, battered, beaten in. You can see the tire exposed. The crew members worked feverishly under a caution to get that 31 machine fixed up, and here we are reeling in the final 25 laps of the Richmond 100 here tonight for the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special. Speaking of beef jerky, if you find yourself needing the greatest beef jerky you can absolutely find around, head on over to beefjerkyunlimited.com. They've got turkey jerky, chicken jerky, beef jerky, all sorts of flavors. And anything you could possibly need to meet your needs. Head on over to beefjerkyunlimited.com. Remember to use the discount code TURN5. That's all capital letters. TURN and the number 5. Get yourself a little bit off of your purchase. And pretty soon here, I'm going to have to re-up my order. I'm working on the final bag that I've got, so I'm getting ready to order quite a bit more here. Great products coming out of the greater Michigan area, brought to you by Beef Jerky Unlimited. As your title sponsor, you can see the sponsor, number 86, back behind him, trying to work his way back into a podium position. Tommy trying to take a third, maybe second away. As Rule fan into the outside wall. That's going to slow his momentum. He's going to try to block the bottom run by Tommy and not going to be able to do so. They'll go side by side. Off of 4, back across the line, battle for that third position. Sheldon Fittig right there, waiting for wings. Maybe just chomping at the bits here, waiting for somebody to make another mistake. And race leader Lewis into the outside wall. No slide job needed here for Tommy D to take that position away. It is going to open up the door for a little bit of a look on the crossover. Fan going to drop it down to the bottom as Tommy does not completely close the door. He's going to get loose and around he goes into the side of Than, and we've got trouble. Trouble on the backstretch on lap number 80. Contact between Tommy D and Roll Than. We watched it right there before our eyes. We watched it unfold as it took place on the track, and there it is. There's that trouble, and caution flag flies for the 5th time here tonight. We're under 20 to go, but let's go back. Let's check the replay. Let's see how it all went down here. There's that big slide by Tommy, just trying to get the car back line, just unable to do so. He's going to make that contact and around. There we go. That's it. Caution going to come out. Anybody heading to pit road? I would think not, as we jump back up front with the race leaders already by pit road. Than, Causey, Barber, Tommy D, Andy, and Bender are all taking the opportunity to come down, get a little more damage fixed up, maybe put some fresh tires on their machines and try to power down for the final. Would be, I believe, we're going to have ourselves about 15 laps remaining. So short track under the lights. We're going to have a short time to get the job done. Will we see those familiar Saturday night scenes from your local short tracks come out here? Will we see a little bit of bump and run, some chrome horn action as the race win is on the line? we've got some fresh faces. How about Sheldon Fiddick, man? What a run through this field. Fiddick up 8 positions, but now inside of the top 5. Biggest mover of the race. Take a look at this 72 of Valvoline machine of Kevin Muller. Muller up 9 positions from where he qualified, so definitely making a big run through the field. He's got a handful of positions to make up to grab a podium finish. Will he be able to get the job done before the end of tonight's race? Will we see the run to the end, or will we see cautions breed cautions under the lights here at Richmond as we go back up front with your race leader? So your top 7 staying out on track. The next 5 all coming down pit road, getting those fresh tires. As the field receives the 2 to go, we will drop the hammer. With 14 laps remaining here from Richmond Raceway, so drivers are going to have to be on it. It's going to be all take, gimme, gimme, gimme. Nobody's going to want to give any, but they're going to want to take every position that they possibly can here. So look for the aggression levels to possibly peak a little, maybe spike as we come down to the final few laps here from Richmond Raceway. What a night, what a race here. 100 laps in the official distance, and we are just around the corner from finishing things off here tonight on Super Bowl night with the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special. Pace car lights are off, 1 to go. A little over 10 miles of racing action left to be had here from Richmond Raceway. Mr. Smith drops out of the way. We roll to the restart zone on the gas. Green flag flies. Once again here from Richmond Raceway, battle now for second and third. Sheldon Fitting going to make a move to the bottom, look to take that second spot away, but we've seen the high side pay off on these restarts, and it's going to do so down the backstretch. Sarge going to inch forward, going to nose forward just a little bit here. Still battling side by side, and there it is. Sarge able to surge forward and keep that second position away from Sheldon Fittig, who's going to have to settle for third for the moment. But moving in on him is that 041 side-by-side action for Mueller and Mueller and Roumet, I should say. Timothy Knott right there on the gearbox of Fittig. Close battles back in the field. James Barber, Slick Rick, Raymond Causey, they're all going at it. Let's go check out this little gaggle, this little rowdy group. Whoa, almost up the track in it. Oh, we've got one around. One's going to go around. One's going to go for a slide. I believe that's the 34 of Andy. He's going to go for a slide. Missed the impact with that inside safer barrier, and he'll get it corrected, and we'll stay under green flag racing conditions here from Richmond. Whoa, way up the track. Way up the track. And we've got trouble. There goes Barber. Barber going to go around self-spin off of number 2. James Barber going to go for a big slide off of turn 2. We're going to stay green flag racing here as now Slick Rick sliding all over the place. Drivers struggling with grip big time in the tail end of the field as we go up here at the front. Timothy Lewis stepping out to a 1.2 second advantage. There you can see your race leader through 3 and 4 will have 9 laps remaining here from Richmond this time around. Mueller, how about the run by Kevin? He's going to move himself from outside of the top 5 into the second position. Sheldon Fittig going to round out your podium here. Rolthan on a move back. He's got fresh tires. He came down under our latest caution to put tires on the car. Does he have enough time? Whoa, big slide there. Big slide for Than. Out of 4, that's going to cost him some time. That's going to cost about 2/10 of a second that time by. He was about 2/10 slower than the man in front of him, so it's going to be hard pressed. Now 7 laps remain here from Richmond as we continue this run to the end. Drivers trying to make a 14-lap run to the end of tonight's race. Lewis out front, 1 second, and we've got one doing a rail grind back there. Believe that may have been Raymond Causey. And yes, it is hearing word. It was the 09 up there doing his best. Tony Hawk impression. A little bit of a rail grind down the backstretch, and he's going to have a lot of damage. The 09 looking for a place to get down to the apron as we head back up front to some battles. Let's go right here. Tommy D trying to walk away from Jason Rumey, but Rumey not letting him get away. Sargent not getting ready to go at it. Fiddick, Than, Mueller all right here with each other with 5 laps remaining. We work our way through 3 and 4. Race leader Timothy Lewis with 3/4 of a second advantage. We'll have just 4 to go this time by. Fiddick doing all he can to keep Than at bay. How's he getting the job done without losing any speed here? Trying to run down that 72 as well. So with just 3 laps remaining, we do want to take a moment to say thank you to each and every one of you joining us here tonight. Show these drivers some love and appreciation, and as always, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Go ahead and drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live. Popsicle sticks now on display for your race leader, Timothy Lewis. Just 1.5 miles of racing left. Lewis down the backstretch as Fiddick able to do away with Than. Mueller right there running in second. Lewis off of 4 will cross the stripe, and white flag flies. Final lap here tonight from Richmond Raceway. Back outside of the car we roll as Lewis heads down the backstretch and into turn number 3 for the final time. Looks like your podium has been decided. Race winner at the front of the field, coming off of 4 back across the stripe, and Timothy Lewis captures the flag here tonight from Richmond. He'll start in first after grabbing the RailOptics.com Pole Award. He'll lead the most laps here tonight, and he will walk away with a checkered flag. What a performance for that number 4. We'll cross the stripe and allow these drivers a little bit of a cool down lap and a post-race celebration smoke show coming your way for all the fans in the stands here tonight. There it is. Nice little slide, and he's going to burn it down so as he enjoys his post-race celebrations. We're going to step away from the track, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside here from Richmond Raceway at the conclusion of tonight's Richmond 100. What a night, what a race. One way to finish things off on the short track under the lights here on Super Bowl night. It's the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special, and we're going to dive right into it. Tell you what, why don't we see if we can grab some of your podium drivers here tonight. Let's see if we can catch up with the man that made a tear through the field up eight positions from where he qualified here tonight inside of that RealOptics.com number 41 machine. Sheldon, it's Dave. A pleasure as always. How you doing? How you feeling after a great race here tonight?
Yeah, feeling pretty good. I was watching the foosball game, and I didn't get as much practice as I needed, so I started in the back and had fun. I was working my way through the field.
Yeah, I mean, you did it. You made it look pretty easily. It looked like there for a moment you got a little held up around that 7th or 8th position, but once you were able to break through, you ran right around that top 5 there all the way to the end. Was there ever a moment when coming to the end of tonight's race, I believe it was one of our final cautions there, did you ever think about coming to pit road, even though maybe it wasn't soon enough because you came down about 12 laps before then? Was there ever a talk with the crew chiefs or anything to decide to come and get fresh tires?
Oh, no, the tires take like 8 laps to be where you can get your foot in it. They were like ice for about the first 6 to 8 laps. So new tires are great. You know, if you got 20 lap run, yeah, you could make it all up. But like a short run, not a chance. You'd be slower than everybody. You just can't get your foot to the throttle.
All right. Well, we appreciate the insight on how everything was working with the tires here tonight in these super late model machines. I know they work a little bit differently than what the trucks do here. Great race coming up next week as well. It's going to be the final Sunday night for us. So, again, congratulations on your 3rd place finish here tonight. So, if we don't get to talk to you next week, go ahead and take the mic. Give any shout-outs you want. Special thanks. Do you got any birthday wishes, anything like that? Anything special?
Well, birthday wishes. I think Dave's birthday is coming pretty soon, if I'm not mistaken, or it's something like that. I know it's relatively soon. Is it today?
No. Mine is all the way in August, bud. You
Oh.
got a long way to go.
I just remember us talking about your birthday. So, but anyways, it is my wife's birthday in February, so I guess I should say, happy birthday to my wife. But hopefully, I can say that in another race when it's a little closer. But it was a great time here on Sunday night. Beef Jerky Unlimited putting this on. Thanks Tommy D and what he does for all of us iRacers and everything in the league of worn out racers, and Tim and John for putting us on Sunday nights and keeping us all in order. Got to thank Real Optics for them, supporting me through all this stuff and what we're doing. So I got to thank Real Optics, and, go get yourself some beef jerky. You got VR, and you wear glasses, go to realoptics.com, order your lenses. Just go do it. They're a great group of small businesses here in the United States. Good people to go support. One more thing, beefjerkyunlimited.com. Use the offer code TURN5. TURN, all capital letters, and the number 5. Get you 15% off. Other than that, thanks, Dave. I hope everybody has a great week. It was a fun Sunday evening, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
Well, as always, Sheldon, always a pleasure, and we'll see if we can catch up again next Sunday night. All right, there you have it. Final few parting words from the driver that walked away 3rd here tonight. Final spot on the podium inside his RealOptics.com Beef Jerky Unlimited number 41 machine. Sheldon Fiddick will take 3rd here from Richmond. That's going to move us right along in the running order. Let's see if we can't talk to the man that had the biggest moves in the race. He started deep in the field, and he's going to walk away up 12 positions from where he qualified inside of that Valvoline 72 super late model machine. Kevin, it's Dave. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Dave.
Hey man, how you doing? How you feeling after a great run from the back to finish on the podium position, man? That was one heck of a night for you and your crew.
Yeah, it was a good race. A little disappointed. I got a little greedy as I was catching Tim there toward the end and tried to take a little too much off turn two and climb the ball. So I kind of ended my run at trying to get race with him. But overall, like you said, we came from the back and wound up in the top two. Pretty happy with that.
An absolute great night, and we made a few trips through the field, watching you work your way up through the field. Was there ever any real struggles to make the passes needed to get to the front?
No, not really. I kind of would let the cars ahead of me go a little bit to start the runs, and then as the tires wore, I feel like I could catch them, and then get under them pretty easily. So that part of it was pretty easy. Then on that last restart, a couple guys got together. I think I restarted fifth, and man, I just was able to shoot right through when they were catching their cars and got to second and was able to just focus on Tim and went after him. So.
Well, Kevin, a great race for you and your 72 crew here tonight from Richmond. Before we let you go and enjoy this great finish, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, I always want to thank Tommy D and Beef Jerky Unlimited for sponsoring these races, the Worn Out Racing League for putting them on. My friends and family that support me, let me do this, and give me the time to do it. It's greatly appreciated always. And to you, Dave, for calling these races. We love to listen to the broadcasts after we run them, and our friends and family love to listen to it too. So thank you.
Absolutely. It's an absolute pleasure to catch up with you guys week in, week out. And until next time, my friend, stay safe and keep it fast.
Yep. Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man parting ways from the track here tonight. Inside it is Valvoline 72 super late model Kevin Mueller will take the second spot away here from Richmond, and that's going to move us right down the road, right to victory lane. Let's see if we can talk to the man that put it on him here tonight. Walked away with the pole award, walked away with the checkered flag. Tim, it's Dave. How you feeling?
Oh, that's awesome, man. It was a great night.
An absolute great night for you and your crew. I want to talk about the initial start of the race, or the lane choices more so. We see that outside lane kind of fire off there in those first 2 laps or so. You lost the race lead on that opening lap or two, but you were able to work your way back to it and keep command for the majority of the race from that point on. But was there ever any time where you maybe wanted to choose that outside lane for these restarts?
Oh, not really. It was just that I was one of the admins, and we had a question going on, and it was my fault. I was answering a question about the time we were taking the green. So both the start and the first restart, both of those were personal mistakes on me.
All right. Well, no texting and driving, okay? No texting.
Well, I wasn't ready to go, kind of. So those were on me, but luckily I was able to overcome it.
Well, you were able to overcome a handful of late race cautions, walk away with a bit of a race lead, and walk away with a race win here tonight. So, Timothy, congratulations on your race-winning performance here under the lights at a great track, Richmond Raceway, one of those iconic short tracks. And you were able to walk away with not just the pole, but also the checkered flag, the most laps led here tonight. So kind of checking all those boxes, absolute stellar performance. So before we let you enjoy this one, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for doing the broadcasting and Turn 3 Racing Network on YouTube. Thanks to Tommy D for supplying that sponsorship, and Beef Jerky Unlimited. Go there, beefjerkyunlimited.com. He's got some good stuff there. I'd like to thank John Izzo for he always paints my pretty blue cars that you see. He's done it ever since we've been in the league. He doesn't ever charge me anything. He just enjoys keeping my cars painted, so I really appreciate that. And then our admins, all the people, Bandit, Mike Pugh, that's owner of the league. We got Frenchie, Sheldon, Tommy D. Hope I'm not forgetting anybody. But all those guys, it's fun. Hope that you get to come back and broadcast soon.
Well, we hope it's going to be on the plate here in the future. We will be back for one more week next week. So until then, Tim, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see if we can't catch up at the end of next week's race one more time. As always, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thank you very much. Hopefully I'll see you here next week.
All right, well, there you go. Timothy Lewis walks away with a race-winning performance, and that number 4 will sit it, park it in victory lane. Walking away with the checkered flag here tonight from Richmond Raceway inside of the number 4 super late model machine. That's going to be Timothy Lewis. And what a night really here under the lights as you hear producers hitting those buttons in the background. You know the sounds. You know it's time for us to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away, checkered flag in hand, still shaking the champagne bottles in victory lane. The number 4 of Timothy Lewis walks away as your race winner. Kevin Mueller with a great run, up 12 positions. The 72 will finish in second, and rounding out your podium drivers inside of that 41 machine, Sheldon Fiddick. Rulthan going to make his way back home to a 4th place finish with Tim Knott back in 5th. 6th tonight belongs to the 31 of Sarge inside of his John Deere machine, Tommy D. Bringing the Beef Jerky Unlimited super late model machine home to the 7th finishing position. Jason Remay right there in 8th. Slick Rick 9th with Bender finishing out your top 10. The number 3 Rowdy Energy machine of James Barber has some trouble, and he'll slide through the field, and he will finish outside of your top 10. Barber will walk away 11th. Andy picks up 12th with Richardson at 13th. James Schultz parking that 420 back in 14th position. Raymond Causey 15th. JC Outlaw, John Izzo, and Gary Ragland round out the field here tonight from Richmond. So what a race. Yet another one in the bag. And we are going to head off into next week's. We're going to cut off the lights, roll up the cords here, and get ready for racing action once again. What a run, what a race, what a night. If you haven't already, as always, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers the thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell to the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, we do appreciate each and every one of you. One of the many sponsors out there, we appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. So with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet ya in Turn 3.